Hey, you're late. Yeah, I've been here for hours, just sitting here at the mic, waiting for you to show up. Honestly, like if you're not going to be considerate of my time, I guess I'll just make this podcast episode shitty. Because really, you should appreciate when a podcast is good. But I'm afraid that's just not going to be the case this episode, and that's by design. I could make it a good episode if I wanted to. Oh, this chair does go down more. I'm really happy about that because it was too high up. I recently discovered that, I could actually improve my posture by lowering my chair a little bit. Because you can't really move your computer screen. Since, everybody spends 90% of their living life, the part of your life you're alive for, as opposed to the part where you're dead. The part where you're alive, you're spending most of it in front of the computer. Let's just face it. Sure, my brain is turning to mush, but that doesn't mean my spine has to as well. So lower the chair, that way you're looking up at the screen. It took me 30 years to figure this out, so... I'm an adult. Like, I'm supposed to be... When I'm, kind of annoyed at people who are in charge, I'm like, well, the adults are in charge. So I'm an adult, I guess I'm in charge in some way. And I don't even know how to sit down. I don't even know how to sit in a chair. This chair keeps going down, actually. Like, I keep going down with it, and I think, okay, it's definitely as low as it can go. And then a few minutes later, I press the lever again, and it keeps going down. I'm wondering if it'll, go below the ground if I just keep... Can this chair go into hell? I mean, hell, is hell in Earth? I don't know. I always picture it as, a nightclub, and Satan is there, and he's the bouncer, but then when you get in, he's also like, hey, you gotta give me $10. It's cover charge. I'm like, dude, it's hell. I'm gonna buy drinks, obviously. I want to be fucking drunk the whole time. It sucks here. You gotta pay just to get in? It's like, I don't have a choice. If you don't have $10, you have to go to purgatory. Purgatory is free. Hell costs money. I think it's interesting that people go to heaven and hell while they're still alive. They have crazy drug-induced trips, or they have near-death experiences. They have some kind of oxygen deprivation. Basically, any kind of interruption of what we would call the normal function of the brain seems to reveal another layer to reality that we're otherwise totally isolated from. And so I think it could very well be the case that when we talk about the different options for the afterlife, we're actually talking about just mental states that persist even after the physical has fallen away, so there's no longer anything to anchor you in time and space. So it's just an infinite mental state. In other words, an afterlife. That's the only way I can make it make sense. I don't know of any other way it can't be like another place. It's not like you go down the hall. It really isn't really a nightclub. And so if you really believed that was true, and if you acted in accordance with that belief, how would it change what you do? You'd have to be like, if I died right now, this mental state, this can be infinite. That's fine. Can you deal with how you feel right now being infinite? I think if you can confidently say yes, then you're on track. I think one of the realms is you have to post a podcast. That would explain the title of this podcast. I finally figured out why it's called that. It only took 40 episodes, but I finally figured out what the title means. And so this marks a very important turning point. 40 episodes. After this, the entire podcast is going to change completely. It's going to be a totally different show. It's going to be about fucking tennis or something. It's going to be sports. It's going to be sports radio. Because the numbers are in and people just aren't into whatever it is now. They're not into this at all. They want to talk about RBIs. They want to talk touchdowns. They want to talk about the Goodyear blimp. They want to talk about how normal it is to sing the national anthem before a game. Makes no sense at all. Doesn't make any sense. You should just sing the national anthem before every single game that you play. Every Call of Duty match, you gotta set aside the time to do it. Or terrorists win. I mean, it says it on the screen when you lose. And if you're losing to the terrorists every match, it's because you're not saying the national anthem. What's interesting about terrorism is that terrorism can win in a way that's not physical. Terrorism as an ideology does win a lot, and it sucks because we don't understand that at all. I mean, you can try to eradicate Islamic extremism through bombing the same way you can eradicate like the Doctor Who fandom by like killing all the Doctor Who fans. Like, there's always going to be more people getting into Doctor Who. Like, it's been around forever. And yes, I'm comparing Doctor Who to Islamic extremism, so what? I don't care. I don't have to solve that problem tonight. I got a bunch of other problems in line. There's a whole queue. Here's another thing I'm about to do commentary about. So something else that's going on is that it's 81 million degrees in here, and I'm really happy about it. It's a classic question, do you want it too hot or do you want it too cold? Nobody wants either. Now we're getting to the real stuff. And for my money, I guess I'd rather be too hot. And I understand the logic of the opposing viewpoint, which is that, you know, I can always add another layer if it's too cold. And if it gets too hot, I can't peel my skin off. I can't just be a muscle skeleton meat man, even though I would love to be for other reasons, because it's badass and it looks cool. And I agree with that. I agree with all of that. I understand that point of view. Many people think that, but I do feel like I like that there's less separation between me and the world. Like, the closer the world gets to body temperature, the more the world is like kind of in agreement with me. And so that's why I think the perfect temperature, 98.6 degrees, that's just how I like it. Damn, if only I knew somebody who knew a thing or two about weather. I recently was contacted by another dark meteorologist who was interested in helping me out here. His name is Hibiscus Horrible. He specializes in like hurricanes, and I heard we're gonna get a shitload of hurricanes this hurricane season. So I thought he would have something to say about that. Hibiscus Horrible, he's been around for a while. Because I heard he actually tried out for the job that Al Roker got. And Hibiscus Horrible has been like doing curses on Al Roker for every day for years. And I think it almost worked, because I think Al Roker actually did have like cancer or something, but I think he beat it. So that's how much this Hibiscus Horrible guy sucks. You can't even kill Al Roker proper. It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard. But I mean, look, we're whittling down the dark meteorologist, so we're starting to get to the ones that aren't really good at the magic part, but maybe he's good at the weather part of it. And there's only one way to find out what his deal is. Hibiscus, hello, you're on. Where are you? What's going on where you are? Tell us all the details. Tell us all the sordid details.
Yes, well, just for your information, Al Roker did not get that job fair and square.
Alright, well, tell us, spill the tea.
Al Roker is a dark meteorologist in disguise.
Oh, that explains so much. I always knew he was trying too hard to seem like someone with a non-dark alignment.
Yes, it is an ancient battle I have been engaged in with the one known as Al Roker.
So how old are you two?
I'm 40.
Oh. Well, I don't really know how that's ancient then.
Well, it's all perspective to a 10-year-old 40's a long time.
I guess, but I'm not 10.
I thought you were 10.
I'm not 10. Why do you think I'm 10? Fuck you. Do I sound like a child? Look, can you just tell me what is the weather? That's all I asked for.
It's 68, and it's clear.
Where?
Everywhere.
Well, that can't be possible. It's not that everywhere. So you're saying right now it's 68 and clear on the top of Mount Washington?
Well, you can't disprove me because you're not on Mount Washington.
Yeah, but I could look it up right now. You just look online.
Well, why'd you even have me call?
I thought you could make it dark. I thought you could make it interesting, but you're just giving me the regular weather. There's nothing dark about it.
I can feel Al Roker sending psychic energy to me again. It's very painful. Oh, God.
Hey, you gotta let bygones be bygones with Roker. I think it's time to bury the hatchet.
Oh, it hurts. hurts so bad. It hurts really bad. It hurts so bad. Oh, God.
If there's more to life than just being on the Today Show, you're on this podcast. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Do you not care?
Do I get paid for this?
Well, my people are going to be in touch with your people, but it's not really proper decorum to just say that to me. I mean, I'm not going to pay you. You're not getting Al Roker salary. I'm sorry. I can't do that. All right, Hibiscus Horrible, I'll let you focus all of your energy on destroying Al Roker from the inside out, whatever you're trying to do. Honestly, I think you just have to try a different tactic, because he's doing well. He looks great. He actually looks like he's doing better than he ever has. And, honestly, I think Al Roker deserves it. I mean, Al Roker was there on 9/11. 9/11 happened while the Today Show was on. Can you imagine being live on TV while that was going on? You couldn't handle that. Well, is there anything else you had to say for yourself?
DeSantis for president. Out.
I'm really sorry about these people that I keep bringing on here. I keep thinking, I'm going to hit a good dark meteorologist. I haven't gotten one yet. I don't know. Everybody's disappointing me. I'm sure our friend Slurp on Lipstick will not disappoint me. I'm sure he will wow me, and I'm sure I'll be just absolutely blown away by what he can bring to the table. Basically, what Slurp on Lipstick does is he reads what time it is right now. He can't tell you what time it is where you are. That's impossible. There's no way he could know. Think about it. You're in the future. You're like the Jetsons to me. Like you're a robot. I don't know what the hell is going to happen by the time you listen to this. Everybody could be robots. He's just going to say what time it is right now, but it's going to be completely meaningless to you. What does it mean when there's like a little red... It's like a tiny little red dot on my skin. And it's part of my skin. But it doesn't look like it is, but it is. What is it? If you have a tiny red dot on your body and you can't explain it, tell your doctor. I don't go to a dermatologist, so I don't know what's going on. It's much easier to diagnose a problem, I feel like, in dermatology, because you just look at somebody and you're like, oh, you have a case of your skin is fucked up. That's gonna cost $500. And your insurance doesn't cover that. Your insurance doesn't cover me looking at you. Like, me perceiving your body, that costs $500. What's I talking about? Yeah, I gotta bring out a Slurp on Lipstick. You might notice some kind of stalling. I don't like Slurp on Lipstick. I don't like his segment, but everybody, it's a hit with the kids. The kids love Slurp on Lipstick now. He's based now, and I'm cringe. That everybody says I'm cringe. He's based. I don't get it. I feel like this is a guy whose only employment is reading the time off of a clock. That seems pretty cringe to me. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know any children. I know one child, but she can barely talk. She's not doing cringe. She's not really in the cringe-based dichotomy yet. Her brain is still at the point where she's eating food, and in the middle of eating food, she'll be like, I want a snack. Is this you want to have a snack within a snack? I don't understand. You're operating at a different level than everybody else. You want food while you're eating food? Alright, well, we gotta get it out of the way. Please welcome Slurp on Lipstick. Thank you so much. My name is Slurp Von Lipstick. I'm gonna make this quick. I'm gonna phone it in, and I'm gonna be out of here enjoying my Memorial Day weekend festivities. I'm gonna drive a motorboat off a dam, and I'm gonna be under the influence. It's gonna be for a TikTok, so that makes it legal and okay. The kids love these TikToks, but the thing is their attention spans continue to shrink. So I'm at the point now where I'm down to 4-second TikToks. Anything longer, it's just not gonna get the views that I need to remain relevant and to give my life any semblance of meaning. And it has to get, I don't know, at least 50 million likes. And a call now is coming in through the timeline, even though I said I wanted to get this over with quick. But I'll pick up the phone and I'll let them know what time it is if they really want to know. You guys don't realize that, like, you're gonna be the people who knew me before I became famous for driving a motorboat over a dam. And did I not mention that I have to crash it into rocks? This is just the kind of stuff the algorithm likes, so I need to be keeping up with the algorithm. This is a man named Peter Wiggles. Peter Wiggles wants to know what time it is. Hello, Peter, you're on the timeline.
Hey!
Hey, Peter Wiggles, I immediately love your vibe. So what's your deal?
Just, wanna know what time it is.
You sound really stable. You sound like you really have it together. Yeah, so Peter Wiggles, I want you to know that for you personally and for everyone else as well, it's 12:23 a.m. It's past midnight. It doesn't seem like a guy like you would be up this late. What's going on?
I'm trying to catch all these balloons that got loose in my house.
Peter Wiggles, will you be my emergency contact?
I really got a lot going on. I'm going through a divorce, so I don't know if I can take that on.
It's just, I mean, nothing's gonna happen to me. Unless this red dot is like a thing. It seems too small to kill me, you know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't listening. I gotta get these balloons.
Do you do anything with the balloons? Do you like make balloon animals or anything?
Nope.
Okay, bye. So what do we learn? We learned that the time was 12:23 a.m. By the way, if anybody is interested in being my emergency contact, I'm thinking just in case I like get sucked up in a tornado or something, or and then I can like text someone. I can be like, "Hey, can you go to this tornado and catch me when I come down?" Or if I get like taken hostage by terrorists or something, I'd be like, "Hey, sorry to bug you. I know I'm like really annoying sometimes. And I'm sorry about that. But I did want to mention that I've been taken hostage by a terrorist cell. They're asking for iTunes gift cards, so I don't know how you can get that to me, but if you can. But I'm so happy to have given you the time. I'm so happy to have given you that update and brought you into the present, given you the information you need to succeed. And this is why clocks are great, but the problem is, clocks can be wrong and I'm always right. What I often don't talk about is that I do have an inner sense of what time it is. That's called the inner clock. Sometimes I'll look at the clock, it'll say, 3:30 p.m. I'm like, nah, I think it's 1. It's 1. So I'm sorry I missed your Glockenspiel recital, or whatever the fuck is so important. And maybe some of the ideas I had about time are wrong. Maybe I was too rigid. Maybe it doesn't matter what time it is. Maybe what matters is what you do with the time. I'm ready to announce that I, Slurp Von Lipstick, am renouncing time. I no longer believe in it. I believe it's a human-made construct, and it's meant to imprison us. It's meant to keep us as slaves at its altar, upon which sits a ticking grandfather clock. I bow to this clock no more. I fashion my own time. And by this authority, I do declare it is not after midnight. It's actually 3:30 p.m. And that justifies me making a turkey sandwich. Because that's what I want. This is my final time check. Because I can't improve your life by doing time check. I never could. It was a lie I told myself. Anyway, I think that's all the time I had. So, just one more thing to plug. My Glockenspiel recital is coming up next Monday. Now that I don't believe in time anymore, I doubt I'm gonna get there on time. And I can't tell you what time the performance is, so. But it's called Glockenspiel, not Glockenspiel. I don't know. I don't care. See you later. Okay, give it up. Yeah, honestly, for the first time, he actually deserves it. That is my favorite episode of Time Check. The one where he says he's not going to do Time Check anymore. And finally, I have someone who agrees. Okay, he's calling me. Slurp on Lipstick is calling me, and he wants to tell me something. Hello?
I know it's really out of line for me to be doing this, for me to be speaking outside of time check, since no one's ever heard me speak outside of time check. But I had something really important to say.
Why do I have a feeling you're renouncing your renunciation of time?
Oh no, it's not that. It's just you're my emergency contact, and I want you to know a bear just ate my leg. So it's definitely an emergency. So I'm contacting you.
How did a bear eat your leg? You just left the fucking building 10 seconds ago.
There's a higher than expected number of bears outside. What? I don't know.
Okay, well I'll call 911, I guess. I'm not gonna go out there, not if it's swarming with bears.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend it. Don't come out here. It's fucked up out here. I don't know what's going on.
I'm told that somebody just called 911, so I'm told they're gonna be there in well, do you want me to tell you how long it's gonna take? Since, I mean, you don't believe in time anymore, so I guess it doesn't really make a difference, right?
I think in this one scenario, I'm willing to suspend my proclamation.
Yeah, I don't know. You sounded so convinced that you were done with time, so I think you should live by the philosophical principles you laid out earlier.
Okay, the ambulance is here.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was going to be like a good lesson or something.
No, I'm gonna get in the ambulance now. Peace.
Wow, so Slurp on Lipstick is down one limb. Well, that's it. That's all that happens. Did you want something else? Was there something else you wanted? A guy lost a goddamn leg today. You know, how could you want more from an episode of a podcast? I said it was gonna be bad, but it wasn't bad. That was just me giving you low standards to work with. This is what I do in my life. Why is it that everything I do I'm kind of like, it's not a big deal, who cares if it works? I think this about everything. With like one exception. But I've seen people succeed and then they're still miserable. I'm like, what did you want exactly? I don't know, but I succeeded in creating an incredible podcast. Well, I gotta get going. I gotta run. I'm gonna wait until these bears clear out. I know it's probably gonna take a while, but my plan is when I go out there, I'm just gonna try to look really sickly so that they'll think that my meat has gone bad and I'm sick and I'm dying and I'm rotting from the inside. See you later.